What's up, everyone? Welcome to yet another episode of Cartoon Fight Night. I'm your host, B is Bonkers, and if you're new to this series, be sure to check out the first episode. But if you know how the game is played, then let's get ready for the fight. Tonight's battle was animated by Josh Medley, so if you like what you see, be sure to check out his Google Plus page, link in the description. Speaking of tonight's battle, we have a speedster battle between the Flash and Quicksilver, and you may be thinking, oh, Cartoon Fight Club already did this like 2 years ago. Why are you doing it again here? This is the third old Cartoon Fight Club to be redone in this series. Well, to answer that question, whenever we redo an old CFC, we always change something about it. Our Hulk vs. Brawler used a different Hulk against Brawly, and our Spider-Man vs. Elsa used a different location. I didn't say there were big changes. Joking aside, those fights were different than the ones in CFC, and this time is no different. Instead of post-crisis Flash, we are using Arrowverse Flash, and instead of Earth 616 Quicksilver, we are using Quicksilver from the X-Men movies. These specific versions of these characters have never had a pre-analysis on CFC, so we will do a quick pre-analysis on them before we start the battle. So let's get into it. A forensic scientist known as Barry Allen was one day struck by lightning and out in a coma for 9 months. After awaking from this coma, Barry discovered that the lightning bolt had given him superhuman abilities, most notably super speed. He then became a superhero under the name of The Flash. Quick disclaimer, do not run into a lightning storm with the hopes of getting struck by lightning so you can get the Flash's powers. It will not work. You will probably die. So Barry is fast, but how fast exactly? Well, he was able to dodge lightning. This puts his top speed at 220,000 miles per hour at the bare minimum, and 1/3 light speed at most. But it's not just his speed. Flash is also very strong. He was able to destroy the metahuman cell even when he was weakened. This would require 90 megatons of force, which puts him at striking strength easily at city level, even in his weakened state. And he can take just as much punishment as he can dish out. This means he can also tank city levels of force even when he's in his weakened state. Flash is also very smart. He's a gifted forensic scientist and did his MSc in physics and chemistry. However, Flash is not perfect. He is nowhere near as broken and overpowered as he is in the comics. You won't find this Flash outrunning teleportation and covering the entire universe in a day. Hell, he isn't even capable of traveling at light speed. Yes, he can run so fast he can travel through time, but it's been stated that Flash doesn't have to go anywhere near light speed to do that. This just goes to show how slow he is compared to the other versions of the Flash. And while he claims to be the fastest man alive, there are others in the show who have proven themselves to be much faster than Flash himself. Flash also doesn't have very high levels of stamina. When facing overwhelming enemies, he has been tired out before. But overall, while Flash is very fast, smart, and powerful, he isn't anywhere near as overpowered as the other versions of the Flash, and he doesn't have very high levels of stamina. Now for Quicksilver. And it's very important to know that this is the incarnation of Quicksilver from the X-Men movies, which is a completely different version of Quicksilver than the ones from the comics or the Marvel Cinematic Universe. With that in mind, let's get into what he can do. Now, the most important thing to talk about when discussing Quicksilver's stats is of course his speed. And he is extremely fast. His perception of time is slow to a crawl. He was fast enough to evacuate an entire mansion before an explosion could destroy the place. He ran in and out several times, carrying multiple people out of the building each time, while the explosion looked like it was going at a snail's pace compared to him. This has been calculated to require Quicksilver to go at speeds of Mach 2138, and he was carrying several people each time he left the building, so he could likely go faster. This is also a valid feat of strength for him, as to go this fast would require him to produce a force of 5 kilotons. That is enough to put Quicksilver at town level. Quicksilver is also really smart. He can think of plans many times faster than any human thanks to his super speed, and he's been able to pull off successful robberies while minimizing collateral damage before. However, he isn't perfect. Much like Flash, he is nowhere near as powerful as his comic book counterpart, and he's also very reckless, which would cost him the battle. But overall, while Quicksilver is nowhere near the level of his comic book version and is very reckless, he's still very fast and strong. And now, let's get ready for the fight. This battle will take place on Earth with no prep time, of course. Let the battle begin! Whether we use their stronger or weaker incarnations, it does not change the fact that Flash takes the win against Quicksilver. But before I discuss why, I'd like to thank Josh Medley for making the animation, Hellfire Productions for researching both characters, and the MLG Avocado for writing the script. Check all their links in the description below, and now for why Flash takes the win. For starters, yes, Quicksilver does hold a huge lead in stamina, and he is roughly on par with Flash in terms of intelligence, but Flash does edge him out in other categories. Now, when it comes to speed, the exact limit for Flash is up for debate, depending on if you want to lowball or highball his feat of dodging and outrunning lightning. It can put him anywhere from as low as 220,000 miles per hour to over 1/3 the speed of light. Quicksilver's peak was calced at Mach 2138, which means depending on if you want to highball or lowball Flash, it can go from Quicksilver being much less than 13.5 times faster than Flash, or Flash being way over 135 times faster than Quicksilver. But let's say we wanted to lowball Flash. Let's say we wanted to claim him that he is much slower than Quicksilver. Well, still, Quicksilver's gonna have a lot of difficulty putting Flash down, whereas Flash only needs one good hit to kill Quicksilver. The maximum strength and durability calculated for Quicksilver was 5 kilotons. The strength and durability calculated for Flash is a severely weakened state was 90 megatons. That's 90 times more force than the average nuke, and over 18,000 times more force than Quicksilver can dish out or withstand. And Quicksilver's reckless nature will make it so that Flash is more likely to hit him than Quicksilver would be to wear Flash down, even with his most lowballed speed. Flash also has the edge in range and experience since he can throw lightning and is 8 years older than Quicksilver. So to sum it up, the best case scenario for Quicksilver is him fighting someone just as smart as him, who he is less than 13 times faster than, but who is also 18,000 times stronger and more durable than him, and could turn him into a red splat on the wall with a single hit. While his reckless nature would make it more likely for him to get hit than it would be for him to wear down the Flash. And the worst case scenario for Quicksilver is the exact same thing. Except Quicksilver's opponent is 135 times faster than him and blitzes Quicksilver before he's even aware that the fight has started. And if you ask me, Quicksilver's chances of winning in either of those situations is not very high, making the winner of this battle the Arrowverse Flash. Now, if you do want to see a speedster free-for-all, just like the video, and if the video combines with the ultimate race on Animation Rewind's channel to get 15,000 likes, there will be a free-for-all. Don't forget to comment down your own ideas as they may become future episodes of Cartoon Fight Night, and stay tuned as I reveal the next fighters. On the next episode of Cartoon Fight Night.